guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. The power that the demon god was releasing was an incredible power that would astonish everyone. Damn it, we're dead. The demon god hates divine beings. Millions of years ago we were able to seal it, but the 6 supreme gods gave their lives to achieve it. Oh, apparently I have to eliminate a few ants. Don't worry, Daishinken, I can't attack the beings of the kingdom at all. In order for Zeno-sama to free me, we had to make a blood deal. Does the blood deal of a king of everything even exist? I was not aware that Zeno-sama has enough power to perform such a feat. I don't care who the hell you are, but if you interfere with my revenge, I'll end your miserable life this very instant. Simple mortal, measure your words before addressing your superiors. You don't want me to end your pathetic life in seconds. Goku, having totally united with Kakarot, had a much colder personality, but in the same way, they made him angry much more easily. Goku at that moment would launch himself at a great speed against Demigra. However, Demigra had stopped his blow with only one hand, and with a strong kick he would send him flying all over the combat platform. Black, who was facing Beerus, would realize what had happened, leaving him out of combat quickly. To kill you would have to be a mercy on you. First we'll make you suffer, but now we must finish with that dam. He has an incredible power. Black at that moment at an incredible speed that even Daishinken would be difficult to follow, he launched himself at Demigra's attack. At that moment he'd create an energy sword. However, when Black's sword touched Demigra's aura, it was destroyed into 1,000 pieces. Is this a child's game? Do you really want to rule all the universes? The only thing we want is to finish with all the beings of the divine world. Even so, it would have been impossible, since the power of Zeno-sama in his form of combat is comparable to mine, and if he has trained, he must surpass me. Black would be surprised since he didn't know that the king of all possessed a combat form. In that instant, thousands of thoughts passed quickly through his mind. What the hell? Why didn't the other Zeno-sama use his combat mode? Demigra at that moment, without letting Black recover from the astonishment, at a great speed would begin to give him a few blows. However, from one moment to another, Goku would rush to Black's aid. Demigra, with the simple power of his eyes, had left him paralyzed. What do you think about the power of a demon god? This is my visual ability, Eye of Evil. Goku at that moment, in spite of being with Ultra Instinct, was not able to dodge hundreds of blows that Demigra had attacked him with. At that moment, Goku and Black would both fall to the ground, very badly wounded. Meanwhile, in another multiverse, a beautiful goddess was watching everything that happened. The little Zen has invoked one of the demon gods, but the power he possesses does not compare to what we have sealed. The power of those two subjects can serve us. We do value the beings of great power, but I'll observe a moment more. Goku at that moment would stand up furious since no one had humiliated him in this way, while Black had returned to his base state and was in terrible condition. I don't care if my body's destroyed by what I'm going to do, but I'll take it to the limit. Kaioken power! Enlarged 20 times! Goku's power would explode in a few seconds, launching himself against Demigra, but in the same way he was surprised to see how Demigra had dodged his blow despite having increased his speed in an incredible way. Goku at that moment would begin to give a rain of blows to Demigra, which only dodged without any effort. However, at that moment, Demigra would begin to attack in the same way, being able to give a few hits to Son Goku, cutting all his ki. That's right, his hits that Demigra was giving to Son Goku were hits with demonic power, which was able to stop the flow of energy for approximately 25 minutes. Being enough time to finish with any warrior, Goku at that moment would fall to the ground and return to his base state. That's right, Goku had been completely defeated. In spite of being sealed for millions of years, Demigra's power seems to have increased in an incredible way. By that time he didn't use his true power. That's all you could do. You're still mere mortals. Die! Demonic Celestial Iniquitator! A crimson red sphere was approaching towards both warriors who were unable to move a single finger. Damn it! It seems that even after training with the king, we haven't been able to do anything against this guy. At that moment, the whole place would freeze, as if someone had stopped time. There is no time, but I ask you, do you want revenge? Come and join our multiverse.
will take care of making you formidable warriors. I don't want to die without making that damned god suffer. I accept. I don't want to be left behind, so I also accept. I think this is perfect. Then at that moment of impact, we'll teleport, and so everyone will believe that they were reduced to simple atoms. At that moment, everything would return to normal, and the great energy that had impacted, creating a great explosion all over that place. 2 seconds before the attack impacted both subjects, Cirrus had quickly teleported them to her realm. Wow, my power has been so great that I didn't even leave a trace of those insects. Now that you're done with them, what do you plan to do? Don't worry, priest. I won't do anything that has to do with destroying universes. I just want to be the most powerful demon in existence. Demigra, you know what? If you start wrecking the 12 universes, I'll personally take care of you. I know, Zeno-sama, it's not necessary to repeat it. Demigra, at that moment, there would be a portal which, through this one, could observe a place similar to the underworld. Demigra, at that moment, would disappear, leaving all the others speechless. At that moment, Daishinken would approach Zeno-sama. My lord, what shall we do with all the angels and the 11 fallen gods? The tournament of power has been cancelled. Use the super dragon spheres to bring everyone back to life. Angel, god, warrior, what has happened is maximum effort. What do you mean by maximum alert, my lord? Son Goku and the guy named Black have been defeated, and from what I could tell, Demigra seems to be afraid of their power. And they also are made the blood deal of a king of everything. The blood deal of a king of all can be annulled. If the being with whom I made it surpasses my power, and Demigra's power is not very far from mine. Daishinken at that moment had been paralyzed, knowing that if Demigra passed his power of Zeno-sama, this time everyone would die, and there was nothing or no one was able to do to defeat him. So your idea is to bring to life all the warriors, gods, and angels, to increase their power, and to be able to help in the battle against the demon god Demigra. That's right, Daishinken. The battle against Demigra will be the most destructive battle this multiverse has ever seen. Understand, my lord. At this very moment, I'll summon the Great Dragon. Daishinken at that moment summons the Super Shenron. Tell me what I can fulfill as a wish, whichever one you want. Bring back to life all the beings that died since Goku and Black appeared in the Tournament of Power. That's a complicated wish, because among them are both of Zeno-sama's guardians, who have incredible power. But I can do it. At that moment, the dragon would raise the whole realm of nowhere, and the eyes would glow. That's right, at the instant, all the gods, angels, and guardians would come back to life. Great Zeno-sama, we thank you for reviving us. It seems to be all over, but why do I feel such a tense atmosphere? Daishinken at that moment started to explain everything that had happened with Son Goku until the arrival of the demon god, who was able to defeat both of them. And why does he have a worried look on his face, Daishinken-sama? Because the demon gods are natural enemies of the divine beings. Just like us, the demon god is increasing his power in order to defeat us. I understand what you are getting at, Father. You want all of us, our gods and warriors of each universe, to increase their power to be able to help in the battle against the demon god Demigra, or am I wrong? You're right, Whis. The power of the demon god Demigra, he made it clear to us that he's capable of wiping us out if he just thunders his fingers, so we must increase our powers. Meanwhile, Vegeta and Frieza were the most furious because, despite having trained for so long and taken their bodies to the limit, Son Goku had defeated them without any difficulty, even humiliating them in the worst way possible. Damn insect, I swear I'll overcome your power and even go to hell to finish you once and for all. I can't believe that guy with the name Black was able to defeat me, the most powerful god. But Son Goku's power is still unmatched. If the god Demigra defeated him easily, that guy must be a monster. Meanwhile, in the realm of Multiverse 2, Goku and Black were on the verge of death. At that moment, a great sphere of energy of the golden color began to heal them quickly. After only 3 minutes, they were both 100% healed. Now that you're completely healed, I want you to explain to me why you want to finish with all the divine beings of the multiverse of Zeno-sama. First of all, thank you very much for saving us. Now, of course, I'll explain to you.
Goku at that moment began to explain everything that had happened on planet Earth since he arrived, until the moment they faced Black and Zamasu in the future. Sirius at that moment would be very thoughtful, knowing that both subjects had been betrayed, especially Goku, who had given his life for all his loved ones.
I understand. Then I will help you become much more powerful, but I have to inform you something. If you finish with the King of Everything, Zeno-sama, one of you must be the new King of Everything of Multiverse 4, because if a king dies and nobody takes his place, a megaversal catastrophe can occur.
I understand, but of that, then there's no problem. Both of us be new kings of everything. We'll train the gods not to be scum, but they first must be punished severely.
In that case, let's start with the training beyond a king of the whole.
At that moment, a being of a Saiyan race appeared that would appear in front of them.
I'll be the warrior you'll face for the first 6 months. When you're able to defeat me, you'll be able to access the next level.
For a Saiyan, you're too weak. You didn't even raise a little bit of ki.
Goku and Black were again mortally wounded at the same moment, falling to the ground on the verge of death.
Don't look at my ki, since my power is in another dimension which you're still not able to reach.
Goku at that moment would access to Super Saiyan Blue, while Black to Super Saiyan Rose. However, at that moment, Goku would get out of control, expelling much more power. The body of Son Goku was releasing an incredible power, making everything around him tremble. So much would be his power that even the power Sirius would be interested in the Saiyan. At that moment, Shallot at an incredible speed would try to leave him out of combat, being in vain, since at that moment that his body made contact with the aura of Son Goku, he was seriously wounded. That moment, Black was incredibly surprised, and since he returned to his base state, Goku's body was releasing an incredible negative aura, and every being that touched that energy absorbed his powers. At the same moment, a gigantic Shinigami could be observed. That's right, this is the representation of the supreme power. All that power was entering Goku's body, which had accessed the Ultra Instinct. After a few moments, his hair would turn to a blood red color.
Kakarot, what the hell's wrong with you? Control yourself!
It's useless. The power that Son Goku's body's releasing exceeds anything we've ever seen so far, so it's impossible for him to come to his senses.
But Sirius's logic was totally wrong, because at that moment, a great laughter would resound throughout space.
Do you think I'm not able to control this power? I'm Kakarot, the evil version of Son Goku. But when we merge, we're able to share the body. What do you mean by sharing the body? This can't be happening. By keeping our consciousness separated for so many years, we were not able to merge 100%. The only thing we could do to use the same body and power is of our counterpart. Then this is a terrible idea, because if a being as evil as you can use Son Goku's body, it will be chaos not only for Zeno-sama's multiverse, it'll be chaos for all of us. You're wrong! Even though I'm a destroyer, I'm not capable of destroying the other beings. Something of Goku's uselessness still holds me back, but I'm capable of giving him much greater power and also absorbing all kinds of negative energy.
That's why all my power's gone.
That's right! With this power, I can absorb all the negative energy and make it part of me. With this form, I also take away his emotions. By this, I mean that he's not able to feel fear, empathy, or pain. This is too much like the Ikari Forbidden Energy, which you need to dominate your inner self to be able to make two beings be able to share the same body. It seems to me something amazing.
But all must not be good news. Why did Goku lose control?
He's not lose control, but by using more power than his body can withstand, the body has left him totally out of combat. So I am who is not able to feel pain or fear. I can control the body and store much more power.
I understand 75% of what you're telling us.
I have understood completely everything. In a few words, if one of you is completely on the verge of death, the other one could go out to the battlefield while the other one recovers. Or am I wrong?
It seems you're a real queen of everything. Your intellectual capacity is impressive. I am amazed.
I understand that there's no limit, but I have a doubt. Does the negative power have any limit, or is it unlimited?
I can withstand 100 times my current power.
That means that for a being to make me explode, he must be able to end the life of a king completely just by thinking about it. Then in a few words, it's impossible since there's no being with all that power. But Sirius was very wrong, since in all the multiverses, or even beyond these, there were beings that did not need titles like gods, kings, or priests, but their power was so much that they were capable of ending the life of these without even making any effort. So, what do you think if we start with the training? Shallot, you train the Saiyan named Black. I will personally train this Saiyan. I want to see how much he's able to withstand the negative energy. As you order, my lady. Black, I hope you're ready since there's no one to save you. Black at that moment would get into a battle pose. However, he was not able to dodge the hundreds of blows that Shallot was giving him. Black was only able to dodge 2 or maximum 3 blows out of 100 that he received. Meanwhile, in the special planet, Sirius, without giving any warning, would throw a powerful blow to Goku, who with a little difficulty would move at a great speed, taking a little distance. What the hell? His energy changed to a more aggressive one. It's similar to the negative energy, but I even feel that it's capable of absorbing me. Let's see who's more powerful, your body with 2 beings living in it, or my body which has been able to master the forbidden Ikari power. Goku would be very surprised to know that a woman had been able to get the power that even a king desires. Flashback when Goku and Black were training in the time room with Zeno-sama. In a moment, Goku would approach. Zeno-sama, is there a power beyond a king of everything?
Well, the answer's a bit confusing since a king of everything is born with unlimited energy, and we don't have to train to increase our power. But what's supposed to happen if the kings train? Just to that point I want to get. If we kings have all trained, it's said that we're able to master a power called Ikari.
Ikari? What's that power?
Ikari is a power beyond the king of all. If they're able to defeat us, the Ikari power appears on our whole body, controlling it throughout the battle, and giving us a much greater power than we alone can access.
The Ikari power is incredible. I'd love to learn how to master it.
That's what the legends of the other kings of everything tell us, since to this day no king of everything's capable of using it. That must be a simple legend or fantasy tales, since it must not be possible for 2 personalities to exist in the same body. We don't know, but there will always be beings that'll surprise us.
And flashback. So the words of that miserable dwarf were true after all. The Ikari power is a power that goes beyond the normal power of a king at all.
Sirius at that moment, like a true beast, would move at a great speed and would take one of Goku's legs, which he began to crash him through planets, mountains, and stars. Goku, in spite of wanting to absorb the power that Sirius emanated, was not able to do it. Goku, despite wanting to absorb that power, was not able to go so he was freeing himself from one moment to the next, and a little annoyed, they began to exchange blows, which they occurred in a less developed place like Zeno-sama's multiverse. Everything would explode. Meanwhile, with the Battle of Shallot and Black, both were exchanging blows, but Black was in Super Saiyan Phase 4 Rose Furious, as Shallot was fighting with only one of his arms. However, the power was notorious as everything around him was destroyed. Shallot at that time would release much more power, pushing Black away.
That's all for today. You lack power, speed, and stamina. How is that possible that you have all that power? You're able to beat even Demigra.
Do you know Demigra's trash?
Trash? That damn demon god was able to finish this off without even trying.
He's the weakest demon god of the 6 supreme demons that exist. That statement would leave Black shocked to learn that there were 5 demon gods much more powerful than the one they faced.
Don't let that affect you. Their power's great. The demon gods have trained for millions of years to possess their current power. We've trained for thousands of years, but you have not been cultivating more than 100 years. You'll be great warriors. So in a million years, you've been able to reach that power. Well then, it's not so impressive after all, since in millions of years, we'll be much more powerful.
Exactly. I've only trained for 120,000 years, and I'm able to defeat even the 3rd demon god. The 2nd most powerful demon gods do have an incredible power, but after training for millions of years, they're not that impressive.
I understand. They're not that impressive. The next time we see them, we'll finish them with our own hands.
Meanwhile, in Zeno-sama's multiverse, Daishinkan was training in the realm of everything, as were all the gods, angels, and warriors of the 12 universes.
Damn, the resurgence of the god Demigra is something we didn't count on. Now that we don't have the help of the 6 supreme gods, I don't know if we'll be able to do anything. Meanwhile, on the planet Dbs, everyone was training very hard, but the ones that stood out the most were Frieza, Vegeta, and the god Beerus himself. Damn it! I won't let that wretch Black humiliate me again. I want to bring him back to life to finish him off. Mr. Beerus, currently we can't do that since we are on red alert, and the powerful god Demigra hasn't given any sign of life. That means he's planning something against the divine beings. That damn demon god won't be able to face us, but the one that he leaves surprised is still Kakarot. How's he able to get all that power? How is he able to get out of that damn room? Mr. Goku and Black were able to get out of that dimension because their power was so great they were able to totally eliminate the divine seal that you placed on him. Frieza didn't say anything. He would only continue training since, even after so many years of training, he was quickly crushed by the Saiyan. Returning to the battle of Sirius and Goku, they had already spent approximately 15 hours of battle, which both were very wounded, but both would continue exchanging blows without giving up. Sirius, a little more upset, would use more power. However, his body was already feeling the side effects of using it for more than 12 hours of the Ikari. That is, his bones were breaking with every exchange of blows. While Goku, at every moment of the battle, seemed to get used more after a great exchange of blows, both subjects had taken a little distance. How is it possible that you're in better shape than me, if I had been the one who has given you the most blows? Have you forgotten what I've told you? In a few words, you're facing 2 beings. You're right, if I fought alone, I would not be able to move, since your blows have an absurdly incredible power. What do you mean by all this? That's right, Goku, I have fully recovered, and every time you do serious damage, I'm able to heal myself thanks to the fact that Son Goku's already 100%, grants me his regeneration. That's awesome. Sirius at that moment would be out of combat for all the excess energy, and Black in the same way, but at the moment Goku would take control of his body, staying in the perfect Ultra Instinct. That's right, Goku had taken his base state. Thank you very much, Kakarot and Sirius. With this battle, I've learned a lot about my power. I hope you're ready. Our revenge is not over yet. Goku would go to a room in the Kingdom of Hole to leave Sirius, and while she was recovering, Goku would begin to increase his power because the more power he could support, the more power Kakarot would support. Goku would begin to meditate since he wished to dominate 100% of all his power. Meanwhile, with the training of Shallot together with Black, these had taken their training to a new level. Since in the castle of the Queen of All, Cyrus, there was a room which was very different from the Room of Time. Since in this place, the more the warrior has more power, the more pressure he'll exert, making the warrior, no matter how powerful he is, not be able to move freely. While the warrior has more power, the room will exert more pressure, making the warrior, no matter how powerful he is, not be able to move freely. Shallot and Black were training in that place for 34 hours, in which Black, after exchanging of blows, in which he was not able to defeat Shallot, would fall to the ground badly wounded. Damn it! We're in equal conditions, and in spite of that, you're able to defeat me. You don't have to worry about that. You have an incredible power being such a young Kaoshin. How do you know? We're beings that have trained for many more years than you, and it's easy to identify that this body does not belong to you. For that reason, you're not able to release 100% of its capacity. Unlike the Saiyan Goku that I can use it to its maximum power. I understand, but it's all a matter of time, since we're all capable of getting used to someone or something. You're right, but combining your cells with the Saiyan body will be extremely complicated, but not impossible, and that's what I'm here for. Is it possible to combine it 100%? Of course it is. For that very reason, we'll train in this place to take advantage of the time and the pressure it exerts. The pressure will make your ki veins emanate much more power to relax the body a little. And the more it happens, the more the ki and veins will consider your spirit and body as one. Then we shouldn't waste time. Let's keep training. Those are the words I like to hear. But in the same way, it's also indispensable to rest so that your body is affected by a big load. Meanwhile, in the multiverse of Zeno-sama, approximately 4 months had already passed. That's right, the time in each multiverse passed in a different way. At that moment, Daishinken would approach the King of Everything. My lord, it's been 4 months since we have no information from Demigra. We don't know in which universe he is or what he's doing. This is worrying. Demigra has always been known for destroying everything in his path. That it doesn't mean leaves me with hundreds of thoughts.
Meanwhile, in Universe 7, all the warriors had already increased their powers in an incredible way, having too much confidence in defeating Son Goku.
Whis-sama, I beg you, please take me to the hell of the other world to finish with that damn Kakarot. He doesn't want me to exist in hell. I want to eliminate him completely.
Mr. Vegeta, I don't think it's a coherent idea. We can't interfere in that other divine plane.
Whis, all of us will go. I also want Son Goku to cease to exist. Those damn mortals dared to humiliate the entire Universe 7. This time I will finish off both monkeys. I'll pay them back for everything they did to me.
Whis, along with all the other warriors, were heading quickly to the hell of the other world, and being an angel could access quickly. At the time of arrival, Whis would start looking for Son Goku and Black, failing completely. The expression of Whis at that moment would change to a very serious one.
What's wrong, Whis? It looks like you've seen the same demon.
Mr. Beerus, the son of Son Goku and the guy named Black are not in this world, and I have also searched in Paradise and there's no trace of both guys.
Damn. Means that damn demon must have eliminated them with a destructive attack to destroy their souls. Those ignorant monkeys have been spared the beating of their lives.
No, that can't be happening. The demon god Demigra didn't use destructive energy. The only option left is...
That's impossible, Whis. They couldn't have stayed alive. The power of that attack was supreme. Not even the king would have been able to survive it.
We must quickly inform the high priest and the king of all Zeno-sama. At that moment, Whis tried to get out of hell. A strong barrier would not allow him to do it.
What's wrong, Whis? We must inform the king of everything as soon as possible.
It wasn't me, Mr. Beerus. An extremely powerful barrier won't let me pass.
At that moment, all hell would begin to tremble and a pressure would fall on everyone present, not letting even one finger move. What is an angel and a god supposed to do in this world? You don't know it's against the rules?
But you're a Saiyan who's opposed the destruction of the Vegeta planet to the very end.
Wow, this is a surprise. Frieza is in this place with you.
I don't know who the hell you are, but for this disrespect to a god, I'll annihilate you. Bardock would move at an impressive speed, putting himself in front of Beerus.
Are you talking to my pathetic god? Don't you know who I am?
Beerus at that moment recognized the kinship that this Saiyan had with Son Goku.
Are you Son Goku's father? So you know my son Kakarot. But that's not the point. Thanks to Frieza's insect, he destroyed the planet Vegeta. I've traveled millions of years into the past.
Flashback, at the moment that Frieza destroyed the planet Vegeta, a portal would absorb planet Bardock, which would begin with new adventures. However, had fallen to another multiverse. That's right, Bardock had been received to the multiverse of the goddess Nin. Nin was very surprised to see such a muscular guy despite not having divine power. Nin decided to train him personally. That's right, Bardock was the first Saiyan to be trained by a queen at all. Bardock's power to reach a Saiyan would grow immeasurably, being able to reach all the divine transformations, even reaching the Ultra Instinct. But Bardock was able to take his transformation beyond all its limits, reaching a demonic transformation ending with a demon god in his world. Bardock, at the time of finishing with the demon god, his whole body was wrapped in incredible negative energy. But to Bardock's surprise, he was able to dominate all that energy, obtaining his most powerful transformation called the Demonic Super Saiyan, which made all Bardock's hair a blood red color. Bardock, knowing that he didn't belong to that timeline, decided to return for a while, being the protector of all the dead, and the being that wreaked havoc in hell were annihilated by Bardock. End of flashback. Beerus would be surprised by the history of Bardock, however Frieza would be furious, would not mind, launching the attack. In his powerful transformation, Bardock would play along, starting to have a battle, something even with the Demon of Cold. However, after only 5 minutes of battle, Frieza was extremely tired. At that time, Bardock, a big blow would send him to the ground, making him lose his transformation. Vegeta was going to launch the attack, being stopped quickly by Whis. No, Mr. Vegeta, the power of that Saiyan is even more powerful than the power of Mr. Goku, even more powerful than that demon god Demigra.
Demigra? Did they fight the weakest demon of all?
Beerus and Whis were astonished to learn that the demon god was the weakest of them all.
For that reason, you have a pathetic battle level. You've not had any confrontation with beings that overwhelm you in power. It'll not give me any satisfaction to finish you off, so get out of here.
Whis would take Frieza, leaving Hell. While they were leaving, Beerus would tremble with fear to know that this could be the end of him. This has been very dangerous. The power of that being was able to finish us without being able to do anything. That's different from a real powerful one. No matter how many millennia have to pass, we must finish with all of Son Goku's family. They are extremely dangerous. Back to Shallot and Black's training, both were having a very even battle. That's right, in that time, Black had been able to combine 94% of all his cells with the same body. You're just short of reaching the same evolution as Son Goku. Meanwhile, with Goku, he was having a fight with Cirrus. However, Son Goku's power had already left behind, since even Cirrus was using the Ikari and was not able to hit him with an effective blow. Goku was the only one who hit him the whole battle. At the end of the fight, Cirrus seriously said to herself, "This warrior is incredible. Thanks to him, I was able to realize that even prodigies like me can be overcome if you have persistence." "Cirrus, I think it's time to finish with that damn Zeno-sama. I can't stand knowing that those wretches tried to finish us off." "Alright, but you know that you must be the new kings of everything." "Of course, Cirrus. You don't have to worry about that. Black and I'll take care of it." Goku, at the moment of going to Black's room, Kakarot would take the control of the body, turning into a lightning bolt, moving away from that place quickly. In that same instant, a powerful explosion was able to be observed in all that place. Hell, if I hadn't reached quickly, that attack could have gotten us badly injured. Thank you, Black. You're being much more powerful to have control of the body. If necessary, use my power, because the guy who attacked us releases an incredible power. At that moment, Kakarot was able to observe Cirrus, who was very wounded and on the verge of death. Kakarot Furious would return with Cirrus, creating an energy field, which would protect her and at the same time would give her energy. "I don't know who you are, but show yourself! I'll finish you. I'll not forgive you for attacking us treacherously." Very arrogant words, but that doesn't have great power. You're a simple worm compared to my true power. At that moment, a strong aura of fire would be seen all over the place. Kimura, turned into flames, was able to hit Goku with a strong blow, sending him flying. I thought you'd be able to withstand that blow, but I can see that you're nothing more than a mere mortal. No matter how much you train, there'll always be a limit to what you can do. Goku, in that furious moment, would begin to increase his power, accessing his Omni-God transformation, leaving Kimura a little surprised. Goku's power could be felt even in the room where Black and Shallot were training. Kakarot's power's not normal. This is not the training. His body releases much more power than his own body can withstand. Shallot would begin to tremble at the moment he looked at Kimura, which Black would be able to notice. I don't know who he is, but he's even capable of making my master tremble with his mere presence. At that moment, an extremely impressive battle would begin, which Goku was losing in a few exchanges of the blows. The power of that guy was incredible. At that moment, the heart of Black began to ladder with a much greater force. That's right, Black had dominated the power of Son Goku to 99%, being able to release much more power. Black at that moment began to expel an extremely powerful, destroying everything around him, and making the whole kingdom tremble all over. What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.